Okay. Can everybody hear me okay? Yes. Okay, great. We're going to go ahead and get started. It looks like everyone is here. So first of all, thank you all for coming out tonight for tonight's webinar, Why Graduate School? I'm your host, Crystal Fox. I'm the Director of Graduate Admissions at the University of Colorado, Denver, and also a graduate student myself. And so we'll just go ahead and get started. So first of all, let's see here. So first of all, we're going to learn tonight a little bit about what graduate school is and why should you consider going to graduate school. And lastly, what programs we do have available on the Denver campus and Anschutz campuses. So first of all, what is graduate school? So graduate school is an advanced program of study focused on a particular discipline. Graduate school is centered around research in a particular discipline. It could be a master's of arts, it could be a master of science, or a doctoral or PhD program, or it can be a professional centered school on developing your skills and knowledge for a specific profession. So for instance, a master's in business, or a master's in public administration, or it can be a combination of both, and we'll talk more about those programs later in the webinar. So we get this quite a bit. A lot of questions we answer in the graduate admissions office are, what's the difference between undergraduate versus graduate education? So graduate school is a little bit more focused on your chosen course of study. So you may not be taking a lot of general courses, you'll be taking more very specific courses for what you're getting your degree in. There's a lot more quality, and quantity of your academic work is a lot more, is much greater. There are smaller classes with more interaction with faculty. There's rigorous evaluation of your work by professors and peers. You will be expected to do more research and work related experiences. And then in the form of possibly, and this is not always required for some master's programs, but in some cases you might be required to provide original research in the form of a thesis, project, or dissertation. So before we go any further, I wanted to ask the group to provide in a chat conversation, and we can just bring this up right now. How will graduate school be helpful for your own goals, and how will it impact your future? So if you don't mind taking a moment to answer this question, we can then kind of see if some of those go in line with some of what other folks have set up in general. Okay. All right, we'll just wait for a little more. Great. Perfect. So it looks like a lot of the answers to the question are exactly what we have seen a lot of times when people are interested in going to graduate school. So for example, first of all, personal growth is one reason why a lot of people like to go to graduate school. And personally, for myself, one of the major reasons why I have decided to go back to school and get my graduate degree is so that I can further challenge myself in an environment and in a discipline that I'm not very familiar with. And so it is something that is, for me, a personal growth opportunity. And then for others, and I did see that some of you did mention this, for employment opportunities. For many fields, a master's degree is replacing what a bachelor's degree was in the past. In some cases, you do need to have a master's degree as a minimum requirement. And then for greater career advancement, that's another top reason why many people go back to graduate school or get their graduate education, so that You can demonstrate to employers that you want a leadership role in an organization, or that you are just, showing that you'll go above and beyond for that organization. Another reason many people want to get their graduate degree is for the extra pay. It's known that those with master's degree on average make 30% more than someone with a bachelor's degree. And then in other cases, it's great for that additional recognition and uh, the credibility that you'll receive from your peers and from your employers as well. And so some graduate degrees that we offer, one are master's degrees. And those are a master's in science or a master's in arts. This also may lead to a doctoral degree. As I was mentioning before, we also have professional degrees, and that's, for example, a master's in business administration or a master's in public administration. And these are typically terminal degrees that are for a profession that you are specifically interested in. So in many cases, it just takes about 2 years to complete a master's degree as a full-time student. And of course, that can vary by person to person. In other cases, you might be getting a specialist degree. So you might be looking at, oh, I'm getting a certificate, like a licensure with your master's degree as well. We see that a lot in the School of Education. So then we also have a doctoral degree. So doctoral degrees are highest degrees. It requires the creation of new knowledge. So in a lot of cases, you will be required to do a dissertation or a thesis. You'll be doing some basic research. Because we are very unique at the University of Colorado Denver, we have the Denver campus, and we also have the Anschutz campus. So we also work with a lot of programs that are medical focused. And so in those cases, if you're looking to get something like a DDS, which is a doctoral in dental surgery, for instance, then you might be required to do some clinical research and show some clinical experience as well. So not all doctoral degrees require a master's degree, but in many programs, you will be able to earn a master's on your way to a PhD program. And this is where it's very important that you do reach out to the different departments that you're interested in. You want to immediately, when you first start the process, is reach out to advisors in those programs so that they can tell you what is required in that program, and then also help you with the application process as soon as you are ready to start going forward with the graduate degree. So this is one of the biggest questions we receive. How do I pay for graduate school? So for most cases, if you're pursuing a master's degree, it is usually self-funded. You can get scholarships, grants, and loans. And if you did speak to your department, the department in which you are getting your graduate degree, in some cases, they also offer scholarships and grants. So you'll want to, again, get as soon as possible, start talking to advisors in those departments. If you are interested in getting some loans, it would be a great idea to fill out a FAFSA, and you can work with our financial aid office who can help you with that process. Many students also, while they're getting their degree, if you're full-time, you might want to work for the university, maybe as a TA, and that can also provide a lot of tuition assistance as well. So then as far as getting a PhD, it's a little bit different. A lot of programs will offer a full stipend. This is not always the case. So again, it's important to speak with your advisor. But in most cases, you will get a full stipend, especially for our medical type programs on the Anschutz Medical Campus. You can also get loans. And if you are getting a PhD, the program usually does require a full-time commitment. What is graduate school like? So graduate school is definitely different than your undergraduate experience. If you are just coming out of your undergraduate experience or career, you're going to have to work a little bit harder. Maybe maybe the time that you were spending on classes was a little bit less, but now you will have to spend more time on time management. You'll be definitely working on managing time with class and also your maybe a work, maybe job. Your social life will be probably a little bit more revolved around the program that you're in. It's not just a continuation of undergraduate. You have to be a lot more disciplined. And it's important to definitely consider self-care while you're going through graduate school, and definitely reach out to your cohorts, your other peers in the program. They'll be, a huge resource while you're going through graduate school. And then, no matter when you do decide to go back to graduate school or when you just do decide to pursue a graduate education, you know, advisors, faculty, peers that you're in classes with will help you. But if you wait, it does get a little bit harder. So we always do suggest to just go ahead and keep going forward with your undergraduate to your graduate education. And also, if you have time, you can check out this little cute BuzzFeed link. It's really kind of just a funny little representation of what's the difference between undergraduate and graduate education. So then just to kind of recap a little bit about what graduate school looks like at the Denver and Anschutz campuses, we have 60 plus master's and PhD programs in 13 schools and colleges. There's financial support, there's fellowships, there's assistantships, TAs. At this point, we've got $421 million are awarded annually in research and funding. It's internationally recognized, and it's one of the 21st century in health sciences community that we can offer on the Anschutz campus. Programmatically, we are at the master's level. Typically, it's about a 30 credit hours thesis is optional. Again, you'll want to speak to an advisor or someone within the program that you're interested in applying to. Usually, it's a 2-year program, and most students do pay their own tuition. And in some cases, there is tuition assistant positions, work study positions available to help you with the cost of tuition. And then our PhD programs are 30 credit hours of classroom time or 30 hours of dissertation research time, and usually you can complete within the first 3 semesters, and that other time is then spent on research. Students traditionally are supported by scholarships and stipends, but then you also, again, want to check with your advisor to get additional information about that. On the Denver campus, and before we actually go any further, I do want to stop again because I'm really curious from you, what programs at this time, if you don't know maybe the program on top of your mind, what interests you? What kind of, if you were to go into a field, what is the kind of field you're interested in? Or if you do know the name of a program that you're interested in, if you could let me know, that would be great. And then we can kind of, since we're a small group, we can kind of maybe highlight some of those as we're going through some of the programs we have available. Okay, great. It looks like everyone has provided some feedback. That's great. And we can definitely look at some of those specific programs. And we do have programs that are for the arts. We have a recording arts program. We also have a media forensics arts program at the master's level. And let's see here. And then we also have for renewable energy, for instance, there's many different options. You can be looking at environmental sciences in master's program, civil engineering for that matter, and then also indoor mechanical engineering could be a good choice in renewable energy. And so there are quite a few programs here. This actually is just a small representation of what programs we do have on the Denver campus. So this is just kind of give you some idea of what programs we have on this campus. And like I said, we have at this point, over 60 programs on 13 different schools and colleges on both campuses. On the Denver campus alone, we have 5 different departments. That's School of Education, that's College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, that's Colorado College of Arts and Media, which would be a great one for an arts master's program. And we also have, which is also listed here, then we also have School of Public Affairs, and we have Business School and College of Architecture and Planning. And so one of the ones was online education, and that would be within our School of Education. And we will talk a little bit more when we start talking about professional programs. So some doctoral degree programs that we have on the Denver campus that you might want to consider pursuing after getting a master's degree. For instance, in renewable energy, you could get a master's in civil engineering and then go on to getting a PhD in engineering and applied science would be a perfect example. So again, this is a representation of all the programs we have. So just to give you some idea of what you'll see on the Denver campus. On the Anschutz Medical Campus, this campus has a lot of programs that are going to be focused on medical type master's and doctoral programs. So if you're interested in anything in any kind of medical focus, then you're going to want to work with with any kind of advisors or faculty on that campus to help you show you the way in terms of what requirements they have and how to apply for their application. So these are a lot of their doctoral degree programs. We have neuroscience PhD, there's rehabilitation science. And so as you can see, everything that is on the medical science campus is going to have a lot of more medical-based programs that we offer. And then for the Denver campus, as I was mentioning earlier, we have a professional degree option. And so earlier, one of the participants had said that you were interested in online education, and that would be the Learning Design and Technology program that we offer. And in fact, that's the program that I'm in, and I will have to say that it's one of the best. So that's just me giving my own 2 cents there. We also have, again, College of Architecture and Planning. We have the Business School that has a lot of professional options, and then the School of Public Affairs with their MPA, which is the Masters of Public Administration. Anschutz Medical Campus also has their own professional degree options. We have the dental medicine. They have, dental, doctoral and dental surgery. We have the doctoral nursing practitioner, and some other offerings as well at the Colorado School of Public Health, for example. And so, again, when you are deciding to go down the route of looking at different programs, it is advisable to go to our website, for instance, and do some research there, but also make sure to reach out to the programs. So is there any questions that you might have about anything that I've provided tonight, or any additional questions for the future that you're looking at? Okay, great.
No question.
No questions? No?
No.
Thanks, Carmen. Okay, well, if there is no other questions, this is just some additional information about where you can get more information about the programs and also our contact information at the graduate school. I will also be sending this recording out to everyone who participated tonight, and also this PowerPoint as well. So thank you all very much. I really appreciate your time, and have a great night. Thanks. Just turned it off.
Oh.
Let's turn it back on. Hmm.